Supremacy, AI, ChatGPT, and the Race That Will Change the World by Parmy Olson. Act 1. The Dawn of Supremacy. This isn't a race to build a product. It's a race to define intelligence itself. Parmy Olson. The year is 2023. Inside a silent data center, billions of transistors whisper to each other. They don't breathe. They don't sleep. Yet somehow they think. In that hum of electricity, humanity's oldest dream comes alive, to build something smarter than itself. And overnight, the world changes. ChatGPT launches, and suddenly every student, every coder, every business owner, every artist realizes the same thing. The age of human monopoly on intelligence is over. Within 2 months, ChatGPT becomes the fastest-growing product in history. Google declares a code red. Microsoft bets billions. China accelerates its own large language models under military supervision. A new kind of arms race begins, not of weapons, but of words. Not of soldiers, but of servers. And in this race, victory won't belong to the country with the biggest army, but to the one that controls the most data. Olson wrote, AI supremacy isn't measured in code alone. It's measured in who controls the narrative of the future. What we're building isn't just technology. It's power itself, compressed into algorithms. Welcome to the new great game, the race for artificial intelligence supremacy. Act 2. The power race. Silicon Valley used to dream about connection. Today, it dreams about control. Behind the polished presentations, a secret war is waged in GPU farms and corporate boardrooms. OpenAI versus Google, Microsoft versus Meta, Washington versus Beijing, each one chasing a single crown. The first mind that never sleeps. In 2015, a small team led by Sam Altman and Elon Musk formed OpenAI with one mission: to make artificial intelligence safe for humanity. But by 2023, that mission had evolved into something far larger and far more dangerous. AI was no longer just a field of study. It was the new space race. Google had its own weapon, DeepMind. They were the first to defeat humans at Go, the most complex game on Earth. China, meanwhile, poured billions into its state-run AI labs, merging corporate ambition with national strategy. AI became not just innovation, but ideology. The next world order, Olson warned, will be written not by politicians, but by programmers. For decades, nations competed for oil. Now they compete for data. The new oil, the new weapon, the new faith. Whoever controls AI controls automation, economies, even elections. It's not about who can build the smartest chatbot. It's about who owns the pipelines of intelligence itself. OpenAI aligns with Microsoft. Google rallies its labs under the banner of Gemini. Beijing launches WuDao 2.0, a model trained on trillions of parameters and national-scale data. The frontier of power moves from borders to bandwidth, from maps to models, from generals to engineers. Act 3. The wealth machine. Every few centuries, humanity discovers a tool so powerful it rewrites the definition of wealth. Fire, printing press, electricity, internet. Now, artificial intelligence. The most valuable companies of the next decade will own neither land nor factories, but algorithms. The AI revolution doesn't mint coins, it mints capability. A single developer can now command machines that outthink entire departments. A lone creator can scale to millions of viewers with one click. An investor can automate analysis once reserved for Wall Street giants. The line between genius and automation begins to blur. The productivity of nations shifts from labor to logic. For the first time, intelligence itself becomes a tradable asset. It's not just tech companies. Law, medicine, design, marketing, trading. Every industry becomes a laboratory of machine minds. And the return on investment? Unimaginable. Companies leveraging AI grow 40% faster, with profit margins doubling in under 2 years. Entire new sectors are born overnight: prompt engineering, AI safety, data architecture, synthetic media, virtual companions. But with great creation comes quiet destruction. Jobs vanish as quickly as new ones appear. Skills that took decades to master become obsolete in months. In the short term, it feels like chaos. In the long run, it's evolution. AI doesn't steal your job. It steals the tasks that define it. And the only people who will thrive are those who learn to dance with it. Act 4, the ethical abyss. Every empire built on power eventually faces the mirror of its own creation. AI promises abundance, but it also threatens everything we call real. Deepfakes blur truth. Synthetic voices impersonate presidents. Algorithms feed outrage to keep us scrolling. And behind it all, a handful of companies decide what billions of people see, hear, and believe. The line between truth and simulation dissolves quietly, one click at a time. Olson cautioned, technology does not change human nature. It magnifies it. With AI, bias scales globally. Manipulation becomes programmable. And privacy becomes a privilege of the rich. The biggest danger isn't that AI will destroy humanity. It's that it will reshape it, slowly, invisibly, algorithm by algorithm. What happens when machines write your news, predict your relationships, approve your loans, and grade your children's essays? When every decision feels objective, but is actually coded by unseen hands. It's no longer science fiction. It's the new bureaucracy of algorithms. Governments scramble to regulate. Ethicists debate transparency. But innovation moves faster than legislation. By the time rules are written, the code has already evolved. This is the paradox of progress. The smarter our machines become, the less we understand them, and the more we depend on them. Act 5, the human countermove. And yet in every revolution, there is resistance. The age of AI supremacy does not belong only to corporations. It belongs to anyone brave enough to wield the tools of creation. From high school students training their own chatbots, to entrepreneurs building AI-driven startups in their bedrooms. The power once reserved for empires is falling into ordinary hands. Supremacy was never about machines, Olson writes. It was about who dares to direct them. AI is not replacing humanity. It is amplifying it. Amplifying our greed, yes, but also our imagination. The same algorithms that can generate lies can also generate cures. The same data that predicts collapse can predict hope. We are entering an age where one person with an idea and a laptop can move markets, design cities, and create worlds. But this power comes with one rule. We must stay human while teaching machines to think. Because the moment we outsource curiosity, empathy, and judgment, the traits that make us human, supremacy becomes surrender. So learn the tools, build with them, Earn with them, but never let them define you. The AI race is not just between nations or companies. It's between two versions of humanity, the one that fears change and the one that directs it. Supremacy isn't destiny. It's a decision, still belongs to us.